Hello. I hope you're having a really good day. Today we're going to take a look at some differential players. I know that everyone wants to own the popular players such as Foden, Palmer, Saka, Watkins, and etc. But now we're going to take a closer look at where you can gain some really good ranks and invest in players pretty early on. We'll put up some names that are not so obvious, if you have to say. Players that may play or may not, depending on several conditions, but we will lay down the conditions and see what's the reasoning behind putting those players there. And we're going to rely only on players that are under 7% ownership. I believe that ownership is pretty good. That means that the player is either falling down or on the rise and is just becoming and creeping up to 10, because up to 10%, even Douglas Lewis is around 10%. Yeah, he's 10.1, so he's not considered such a differential anymore. But players like, let's say, Dawson, who is under 1% in my team, is going to bring me a lot of points if he gets a bigger score like he did in Game Week 20. I expect something like that for Game Week 21, maybe a cheeky 6-pointer as well as a 6-pointer from someone else. But yeah, let's see. If you enjoy my content and want to see more, please share with your friends, share with your FPL rivals. Maybe they will want to watch me, maybe you want to keep me for yourself. Yeah, that's the right saying. But yeah, if they are struggling and you want to help your friends, you can share my content, they can get involved. You can subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. You can always like the video, no matter if you are subscribed or not. If you just enjoy it, write down a comment if you think I'm missing someone or you want to shout out a name that you really think that is going to get a lot of points. But now let's get into the real player analysis to say. So we're going to go for goalkeepers first, and we're going to sort them by team percent owned. So there is immediately a lot of goalkeepers that are out and that are not going to be considered for this differential list. So next up on the list is the Arsenal duo. It's Raya who is starting most of the games, as you can see, but the fixtures for Arsenal don't scream a lot of clean sheets, and they haven't kept a lot. Okay, let's be real, they kept a lot, but here, yeah, he saved a penalty, but the next big point haul from him was in game week 10. So for 10 game weeks, only 3 clean sheets, it's not ideal to invest your 4.9 million, so I'm staying away from that. Ramsdale is a no-go, Pope is injured, Sanchez is still injured. Neto is a great shout out, but maybe after a while. So for now, I'm going to steer away once again, because yeah, he has now Liverpool in that game week. After that, 3 easy fixtures, maybe a double up, so that's a secret shout out. So most probably he will get into that. So if you're just using a transfer for a goalkeeper, it's never likely that he will bring you a lot of points. But if you want to do a goalkeeper transfer, Neto, in my opinion, especially with Burnley, Sheffield, Wolves, Everton, Palace, Luton run, is going to be ideal. Around game week 29 there is a supposed blank game week, so it's a little bit tricky how to maneuver it. But if they are blanking in 29, that means that they're doubling up in 34 or 37. If it's in 37, it's against Brentford and Wolves, so that will be once again a great fixture. We have to tinker how we're going to do that. Maybe if you want to invest early like here, a lot of options, as I was saying. But let's add our first name. It's going to be Neto. He is how much owned? He's 3.5% owned, so that's a good for 4.6 million. So let's keep the price here, it's relevant for sure. So Neto is a great option. Flecken, I don't like them. Johnston is out. Steele is not necessarily a good pick. Strakosha, Foster, Kelleher, Jose Sai so low owned, even though yeah, their team is not getting a lot of points, and this season he's just not having the greatest season of them all. As you can see, last season he finished on 148, here on 146, but a lot of more clean sheets, 11 clean sheets so far. They've got like how much Oh, that saves like 2. So they're not getting 9 more clean sheets. So I'm steering away from Sa. Petrovic is a great shout out, but their fixture run is turning up for the worse in an immediate fashion. So I will stay away from that. Trafford, not really the type of player that I would be investing in, even though he is a starter. Bentley no, Whitworth no. Ortega Moreno is a guy that I want to shout out greatly. Because first of all, right now City's defense is not looking good. But for 3.8 you get a defender from City, and if Ederson is long term out, I'll add him with a slide. So Ortega Moreno, he was 0.8% owned at 3.8, but he is a big doubt and a great differential. Only, let's make that both only if Ederson is out for a long time, because if Ederson is out, oh boy, for 3.8 you get a home fixture against Burnley, away to Brentford. I know Brentford tend to score against City. Everyone basically scores against City nowadays, but yeah, Brentford, then Everton at home, then a double up for Chelsea and Brentford, and then on the way home to Bournemouth, a game to Bournemouth, which is happening for sure. So that's a pretty good fixture run for a goalkeeper to be invested in, because he will play the 2 games if he is fit and Ederson is not. So that's a thing to consider. Ocean King, no, I'm not too interested. Warris is out, he's still 0.6. Rando Verburgen is not on Trodak. No, I think we just finished up the goalkeepers. Yeah, now Henderson is playing, but he's 0.3% owned. Basically, no one is investing in him, and with right reasons, because he's not getting any clean sheets. So yeah, I believe that finishes up the goalkeepers. Let's go to defenders and see how it's looking there. So Cowell is just on the verge. Here, I wouldn't recommend for you to buy right now Cowell, because Chilwell is back. Maybe Chilwell will play some games at left back. Maybe they will go to 3 at the back. Maybe Cowell will start playing as a center back once again. We have to see. I know that he got a 7-pointer against Fulham, which is good. For that only one, he's getting some good returns, but he hasn't scored yet. And no, oh no, he has scored and he has 1 assist, but that's basically it. So I'm not investing in him. Romero, no. Ruben and Take, I don't like the other City defenders, because even when there's someone out, there isn't just a nailed partnership, because Ruben, Diaz, Gvardio, Ake, Sergio Gomez, Akanji, they all tend to play alright, and they're always rotated, so you miss on some great things, most probably in double game weeks for sure. If we get a nailed defender, that's another story, but for now I will be steering away from that. Mikulenko is a great shout out, because he has a good attacking threat. He is performing well. Their fixtures are not ideal though. They're right now playing at time of recording Crystal Palace, and they were leading 1-0. We'll have to check tomorrow video when we update the teams after the FA Cup fixtures, how they performed. But for now, I will be steering away from him. Next up, the Newcastle defenders. I'm not interested in. Chilwell, no. Akanji, no. Thiago Silva, no. This is a guy that I would put in my side if I'm to do a differential transfer. It's Alfie Doughty. He has 4 games in a row with return. Then another, so it's basically 5 and 7, which is an ideal thing to do as a Wootton defender, mind you. Yeah, he's not having the greatest fixtures, but you can put him in against Sheffield. You can put him in against Newcastle. They will score, but Wootton will score in my opinion as well. Yeah, you rest him here in 26. He may have a double up, have that in mind. Yeah, he will play Liverpool and United, but it's still a double up, so maybe an option. So I will put him in. So Doughty, he is 4.0% owned. What did I write? And so here I forgot the M. He is 4.5M. So that's an okay pick in my opinion. So a good differential player under 7% from the defensive line. Then it's Wamchi Disasi Sufal. Maybe in a bunch, but not right now for sure. They're not too solid with a lot of injuries. Mitchell, I don't like how he's performing. Yeah, he gets an assist sometime, but not ideal for me. Dao is strangely appealing, but they're conceding every game, so it's a no. Senis is out. Brentwaite, by the way, what a great shout out. I'm putting him here because of the price, not of the fixtures. So he is how much owned? 3.3. And he is 4.1 M. Here because he is cheap, nailed, and great as a cover for blanking players. That's why he's here. Okay, Dauchi is just great. Neto is great. The other guys are questionable to be invested in, but if you have Brentwaite and you play him, you get a lot of points because they're returning some clean sheets and they're doing it alright. Vardio no, Dine no, Konza no, Bell, Shaw, Emerson, is he playing even? Yes, he is, but he's not returning a lot apart from clean sheets. But let's see how they are playing before we start investing in their defense. Van Hecke, Martinez, Kunate, Mengi, no. Robinson, maybe, but not to an attacking threat that I like. Livramento was ill. Van den Ven is back, so maybe he's an option. He's a great way to the Spurs defense, but if you own Pedro Porro, I wouldn't recommend a double up. Sergio Gomez, Kilman, Dawson. Yeah, he's in my team, but I wouldn't buy him if I am buying someone now as differential. I would for sure buy Doughty if it's my team. Rick Willis, no. I just don't see players who are interested in playing as much time in my team as I would like. So yeah, I will steer away maybe from more investments in those players. Maybe I'm missing someone, but if I do, please write it in the comment section. It's interesting for me to see who guys do you think is a great differential player right now. We go to midfielders, so it's Mbumo, for sure Gross. So I'm just writing Gross without a discussion, guys. Gross is 6.7% owned for the price of the mere, okay, 6.5. Oh, he's even 6.6, and he is 6.5 million. For me, great player to be investing your money. I know the threshold is strange, under 7%, what's that? But basically the active players and just they're doing a lot of a big push to the players that are highly owned, such as, let's say, Foden, and De Bruyne is even now at 15%, which is almost ridiculous. He was at around 3 when he came back, but he rose significantly. But yeah, if you're under 7%, I believe you are a really good differential as a player. Jota Garnacho is an option for sure, so I'm putting Garnacho. Here in the midfielders department, there is a bigger selection for sure, and I like that selection. So he is 5.6% owned, 5.6% owned for the price of the whooping 4.8 million. Great differential at a cheap price. Next, I see another one, Bernardo Silva. For me, he's a great shout out. Okay, I see Bailey. So we have a lot of players here that we can add. For sure, they're doing well. So Bernardo, with a double up, with his status in the team, with him being so nailed, it's a great player to own. So he is 6.5 M. He scored against Newcastle, by the way. Next up is Bailey. Bailey is more nailed now than Diaby, and he for me is a greater option, so I would highly consider him as an option. 3.9 and 5.7. Okay, 3.9% and 5.7 million. Okay, we keep going. Next up on next page, Zaumeron no Kulusevski. He was out, I don't know why, but maybe he will recover. But with the Werner in introduction to the site, with a lot of things happening, maybe Madison returning, I will be steering away from Kulusevski. Ezeno, McAllister, Doku is a great option. I will add him 2.5 or 6.5. 2.5 percent at a 6.5 million. I will add a comment. I didn't like how he played, but he was rusty from injury, at least in my opinion. So players with no comments, they are just a great investment in my opinion as a whole. If you want, here we finish up with the goalkeepers, defenders, and now it's midfielders. We will immediately go to forwards in a minute, but let's finish up the midfielders because I believe there are some more that can be invested in. Casemiro, Bruno, McGinn, Neto is a great shout out, by the way. Neto. Okay, another Neto. So I will add Pedro Neto. And he was 1.8%. 1.8% for 5.6 million. So he is a great shout out to go in your side. Trossard no, Elanga is out, Havertz, Gibbs White. There is a rumor that he's injured, so I'm not picking him. McTominay, Casedo, Baptiste, Andreas no. We're getting into really low numbers. Johnson now with Werner in. I believe Werner is just more attacking. Doucouré is a great shout out. Doucouré. So he is 0.7 for 5.5, 0.7% for 5.5 million. If he is fit, because he missed FA replay. That's a big if, so we have to monitor that. Okay, Willian no, Makachi is an interesting pick, so but not so much if I have to be honest. Gallagher, McNeil, Tillemans, Billing, no, Eriksen. We're getting into the even lower numbers, like really low. Barkley is only at 0.3, but I wouldn't invest right now in him. Madueke, Onana, Harrison, Elliott is maybe a great shout out. We don't know yet how they're going to line up. Jacob Ramsey, no. Lewis Potter, not so much. This guy, by the way, I don't know. I will add him. Am I going to add him? Is he going to be nailed? Let's add him. He's 0.1%. So okay, I will place him like that. 0.11% for let's add dots at the end because this blue lines for 4.5 M. Pick if because he is not nailed. Okay, and I believe we're going down to some absurd percentages that no one has heard of. And players like Garner, Dobbin, Danjuma, you are not just investing in them. Even though Danjuma has started tracking, no, he isn't picking minutes. Curtis Jones, no. Chonk, Bob, he is not nailed, so no. Lucelso is out. He was doing alright, if I have to be honest, but nothing too special. No, we're getting to players that are not even owned. right now basically by anyone. So it's interesting to see if there is someone a little bit interesting just to have. No. Wow, how many midfielders are there? So many. Clips is down here. Oh my god. And Cornet is down here, but he's very expensive. Ryan Yates is very down. He's playing every week basically. Dominguez is 0.0% owned. Oh my god. If this guy starts racking up some points, come on, he's going to be ideal. But for now, we are steering away from that. And we're going finally to the forward line. There. So, okay, we're starting with an obvious pick. I like that. Cunha, 7.0%, just on the dot, for the mere price of 5.8. If he is fit, because he was subbed off with injury. Okay, let's put the dot. Let's go. Ferguson no, Wilson no, Jesus no, and Nketiah no. Højlund, he already has 2 goals in 2 games. He didn't play here, so I'm picking him. I'm picking his name. Why not? Why not be something more differential? Højlund, what? Okay, Højlund, he was 3.2. They have an okay fixture run. If there is a double up against Fulham, they may become more and more threatening, as Luton away and then Fulham at home. West Ham, Wolves, if they get a double up, we will have that confirmed by the 27th of January. Yes, sorry. So he may be a great shout out, and we'll see, but we will have to see. And he was for the price of 6.8 million. Okay, next up is Tony, for sure. He is having already a double confirmed. 7.9 for 2.2, 2.5, sorry. 2.5 for 7.9. A lot of millions will be spent here, but he is in good form. If he is in good form, of course. It will be interesting. Gakpo no, Morris no, Wood no, Rowe. Okay, Rowe. I'll put Raul Jimenez. He's doing alright. Okay, come on. Raul Jimenez. He is owned by merely 1.6 for 5.2. 1.6 for 5.2 million. Okay, that's a good number. Adebayo is a great shout out. He is getting some returns, but Luton fixtures, no. I prefer the more secure transfer of Doty. Here I enjoy watching Werner play right now. He did alright. Let's add him as a little bit of a cheeky pick. So that is Werner. 0.7% for the great price of, what is his price, is 6.5. okay. Duran, Moore, Broya, no, the others are just not too interesting for me right now. Yeah, we're at the end and no one is interesting for me. Okay, so here is the list. 17 players under 7%, with some ifs that I think are going to do pretty well in the upcoming game weeks, especially if some players are having a double up. I believe that this is a really good list. You can basically pick some of them and they will boost your rank if they go big. So yeah, keep a watch on them. If you want to see my cheap usages for that doubles and blanks, go and check out yesterday's video. It's right in my channel. and you can just enjoy that. There is a wildcard draft there. There is my first selection. I'm building a transfer target list, so you have a lot of content to continue watching from this video and just to know where I'm going and coming from. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with another video, but for now guys, I'll be heading out. Bye.